we end up hurt because we are relying on things and people to do what only God can do. Hello, Conquerors. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I'm seriously so grateful. I'm Yasmine Williams-Woods, for those of you who don't know. And if you are new, go ahead, click the subscribe button, like, share, comment, do all the things, because you are sure to be blessed by the word that God has given me to share with you today. Before we get into it, I recently posted on my Instagram that that all of my hurt, my frustrations, my disappointment, they all stem from unmet expectations. So I am learning to expect one thing, and that is for God to be God. Y'all, there is my peace. My peace is in knowing that he is not a man that he should lie, that he cannot fail, that he would never leave or forsake me, that God is going to be God. The situation may not go the way I want it to go. It may not look how I thought it was going to look, but one thing's for sure. God is going to be God, and he is wonderful. Another way to think about that is that so often we end up hurt because we are relying on things and people to do what only God can do. And that's really what I want to discuss today. It's just the pain that we experience from misplaced hope. So we are going to conquer the pain of misplaced hope. And in order to do that, we got to leverage the courageous love of Jesus. I will tell you how. Welcome to my channel. I hope this message helps you conquer life with courageous love. Say something in the comments, share, and subscribe. So this tale of trusting in things and hoping people and things will accomplish what only God can do is a tale that is as old as time. We have all been there. I have been there. More importantly, there's a ridiculous Bible story that I think is just absurd, where we find out that the Israelites did the exact same thing. They expected a God, a source, a resource to do something that only God could do. So you already know the Israelites wowed out. I mean, they just couldn't get it right. They just kept missing the mark. And I'm like, hello, people, let's get it together. So then we get up where we're going to talk about today. We get up to King Ahab. And King Ahab was believed to be the most vile of them all, the most dishonorable, ratchet, hot mess of a king. King Ahab, the worst. He and his wife, he married a woman named Jezebel. She was a foreign woman. He and his wife promoted perpetuated the worshiping of idols. And so God was like, look, what you're not going to do is keep spreading the worship of false gods. No, ma'am, no, sir. We are going to get it together. So that's where we are today in 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1. The Bible says, now Elijah the Tishbite from Tisbe in Gilead said to Ahab, as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, whom I serve, there will be neither dew nor rain in the next few years except by my word. So God is over it. And he's like, look, okay, I tell you what, y'all want to play games. It's not going to rain again. There won't even be any dew. Do you hear me? Until I say so. For 3 years, they experienced a drought. Here's why I say it is a ridiculous story. Because this false god that the Israelites, now they were doing all kind of things, but this false god that they were worshiping was Baal. And Baal was the god of storms whom they believed brought the rain. So it's like, okay, your God is so big, mighty, and powerful that he brings the rain. Yet we got God, the God of all, saying it's not going to rain until I say that it's going to rain. Y'all, that is crazy to me, because for 3 years we still have them crying out to Baal in desperation for rain. And I'm like, at what point are you going to see that he's not who he says he is? He's not going to do what he said he was going to do because he can't. People, come on, pull it together. Stop, let it go. But then, obviously, we do the exact same thing, or I will speak for myself. I do the same thing when it's like, look, it's not going to give you the thing that you're thirsting after. It's not the provider of rain. It's not God. It's not going to work. Yet I will keep on relying on it, keep on holding on to it, keep putting my hope in the thing, missing the point that God is trying so desperately to communicate with me. And here are just some examples just through life, from me, from people. One common one is, I just got to save money, so I can't afford to tithe right now. God is Jehovah Jireh. Your financial hope, stability, freedom is not in your monthly income. It's not in your side hustle. It's not in the extra money you make and save. It is in Jehovah Jireh. So why are we taking away? We're pulling ourselves further away from the thing that we should be running toward. Another one is, I just need love. I need love. So I'm going to put all of my time, my resources, my energy, my effort into this relationship. So much so that I'm going to stop going to church. God is Jehovah Rohi. That's like our soul. Like he's the lover of our soul. Our souls are crying out for their creator, yet we are looking for love in all the wrong places, expecting people to do what only God can do. I've been guilty of this one. I just need a break. I need some peace. I'm going to binge watch me some reality TV, okay? God is Jehovah Shalom. He's our peace. And it's not to say that these things are bad, or all bad, and that they are sinful and God is unhappy with them. It is when we start to rely on them and be dependent upon them. Another one is, I just have so much pain in my life, so I'm going to drink, and I'm going to go to a drink, or I'm going to go to drugs to relieve the pain. God is Jehovah Rapha. He is the healer. We are healed by Jesus' stripes. So I just want us to make sure that we are putting our hope in the one who is hope. We are relying on Christ, on God, and not creating these other false gods, whatever they might be. For me, again, I will never tell you something. I will never preach to you, preach at you, right? I'm only telling you things that God has told me to get me together. So let me give you an example. I'm a wife and a mom, and let me tell you, can't nobody come at me and tell me that I'm not good in those things, okay? I've been in the motherhood game for almost 18 years, and I take it very seriously. I'm also a wife, and I think I'm a phenomenal wife. Try me, right? But then I get to these places where I experience disappointment as a mom. I experience frustration in my marriage, and I get confused. I'm like, God, what? Hey, how did we get here? What is this about? Because clearly I am so great at being a mom and a wife. So what's the problems for? I'm doing the best that I can do. Please explain to me why we have these issues. And I feel like God is like screaming at me saying, hello, exactly. You are so good at these things. You are doing your best at these things. You didn't see any of this coming because you were checking all the boxes, doing all the right things. You're just so strong and so good and so organized and so all the things, the attributes and talents and gifts that we assign to ourselves. And so God is like, yeah, you are all those things. And God, but where am I in the equation? Where am I in the situation? Are you relying on yourself? And for somebody watching, are you relying on someone else? Are you relying on something else? Are you relying on materialistic things? Are you relying on a social group? Are you relying on a certain status? What are you relying on? That's not me, because what God says is that all things are possible through Christ. But let me tell you that nothing is possible without Christ. So, yes, the disappointment, you're experiencing the disappointment, the frustration, you're angry, you're mad, you want to quit because you've been relying on something other than God. And just like with the Israelites, God is, sometimes he will send a drought. He will dry that thing up where it's not working anymore. It is not providing you with any of the things that you built your hope on. And it's not because God wants, because he's narcissistic or because he's selfish and he just wants all of the praise and worship and glory, though he is deserving and we do live on this earth to glorify his name. God is not sending the drought. He's not drying up things in our lives so that we can just be all about him, because he just needs little minions on earth to worship him. No, he is doing it because he loves us. That thing that we're relying on, my own strength, your boo, your bae, that job, whatever, he doesn't want that thing to kill you. He doesn't want that thing to make you lose hope. He doesn't want that thing to cause you to miss out on his love, his grace, and his mercy, and all that he has for you. But if we keep relying on that thing, we keep misplacing our hope, then that's exactly what's going to happen. That thing is going to kill us. It's going to dry up. And when there's a drought, what are you going to eat? What are you going to drink? What are you going to do? You know, the Israelites were faced with a severe issue. We could die. We don't have any more resources. And so sometimes God shakes us and he grabs us because he loves us so deeply. And he's saying, wake up, child. Stop relying on that thing and rely on me. God perfects his strength in our weak places. But too often we don't want to show up weak because we just feel like we got to be so strong and we can do it all and we independent and we do this, and that. And we got this, that, and all of the above. But his strength is perfect. I'd rather have his perfect strength than my halfway strength any day. But in order for me to do that, I got to admit, hey, God, I'm weak. Hey, God, I'm not the bringer of rain. Hey, God, I'm not the provider. I'm not the peace. That's not my source of love. Only you are those things. You are the source, and I praise you and I thank you for sending me the resources, but I'm not going to put my hope in the resources because you can remove the resources at any point that you so ever choose. So my hope is on you. You, God, being God, is my only expectation. And when I expect anything else, I'm setting myself up for a drought. I'm setting myself up for failure. Not to say that you shouldn't have high expectations. Go read the post if you want to know more about that. But again, just ensuring that we are not misplacing our hope. Every good and perfect gift is from God. He gives us things. He provides. He showers us with his love in tangible ways. And in that we are to see him and we are to be grateful for all that he's given. But we are not to prioritize the blessings over the one who blesses. We keep thinking we're going to get rain from Baal and from other things. Whatever your false gods are in your life, we think we're going to get it from the likes on social media, from the more followers, from the opportunity of a lifetime, whatever it might be, whatever it is in your life. I encourage you, sis, to ask God to help turn your heart away from that thing and toward him. So yeah, that's all I wanted to chat with you about, is just the importance of ensuring that we're putting our hope in the right places and we're not misplacing it, that we are not expecting things and people to do what only God can do. Let's not be like the Israelites who are worshiping a God for rain who could not bring the rain during a drought. I pray that you've been blessed by this. Let me know in the comments how you're working through misplaced hope. Let me know how I can pray for you as you navigate misplaced hope. Talk to me again. Share, like, comment, do all the things. I'm so glad you joined me. Be sure to come back. Catch up on any missed videos. I love y'all. Bye.